everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In today's video, we are talking all about sweater weather. I'm going to give you my top picks for patterns to use for this chilly fall weather. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you will consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to get to know you better and welcome you into the sewing community. And thank you so much to each one of my friends who are tuning in again today. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your friendship. It means so very much to me. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of content and leave a comment down below. I would love to know if you have made any of these patterns or what your go-to cozy weather patterns are. I love sewing for fall. I love sewing for winter. Those cozy patterns are some of my favorites. What I'm sharing with you guys today are my choices, my favorites from things that I have sewn up, patterns that I love. I have experience with all of the patterns that I'm going to talk to you about today. So I'm going to go over patterns that I have loved, that I have made over and over again in most cases, and that I can't wait to make more of. And then I have one pattern that I want to caution you on. So stick around if you want to know what the cautionary pattern is. Fall weather is in full swing here in southern Indiana. Today it is chilly, it is rainy, so it's the perfect day to talk with you guys about this topic, about cozy weather patterns. The first one that we're going to talk about is a very recent make of mine. I've been talking about it here on my channel for the past couple weeks. It is Simplicity 9240. Now, a couple people were confused by the rack number, the R number on my pattern. I'm sorry about that. I just picked it up off of the countertop there at Joann's, and for some reason they give those a different number. So disregard the R number. This pattern is S9240. This is a Simplicity pattern from 2021. I just made this, you guys, this last week, and I love this sweater. I made View A. I made the size extra large. This pattern comes in sizes extra small to extra large, but as I mentioned before in my Friday sews last week, this is a unisex pattern, and because it is, I believe there's a lot of ease made into this pattern. So while I made the size extra large for myself, I feel like it fits more like a 2X. So I'm going to say that these are size inclusive patterns. All of the patterns that I'm talking about today are fairly size inclusive. I'm wearing them now. I love them, how they fit on my body now. So this one is a great pattern. It features raglan sleeves. It has bands, neck bands, cuff bands, a waistband. I do want to make a note about the sizing on this one. I did have to do a few adjustments. The arms of this pattern were quite big on myself. Again, for a unisex pattern, I feel like this one is made a little oversized. The arms for the extra large were very, very large. I believe they were 20 to 22 inches at their widest piece, which is a very large bicep. My bicep is big anyway, so I'm always worried about the bicep being big enough on patterns, and this one was too big on me. I actually had to pinch out 2 inches and sew all the way from my armpit all the way down to the cuff. So I did take out some of the sleeves, so just be aware of that for the sleeve pieces. I also want to caution you on the cuffing. The cuffs in the waistband, make sure you're using very stretchy fabric, something like a rib knit or a actual sweatshirt cuffing. If you're using fabric that doesn't have much stretch, your waistband, your cuff bands are probably going to be too small. So just want to caution you on that. This pattern also features pockets. Let me show you the line drawings. You wouldn't really know it from just looking at the pattern, just seeing the line drawings, but even in View A here, just the basic sweatshirt, it features pockets. And I am not much of a pocket person, but I loved using the pockets in this pattern, and maybe it has made me a believer. in adding pockets to all of my sweatshirts. So I used some flannel fabric for that and it made it so very cozy. So I highly recommend sewing up this simplicity pattern for cozy sweater weather. The next pattern that I want to feature is also a simplicity pattern. This is Simplicity 8811 and I have made two versions of View A and I love this pattern. The sizing on this pattern is also extra small to extra large. I made the extra large for myself and it is quite roomy. It's very comfortable. So again, I think this pattern comes with a lot of ease in this garment that does not have any closures. It's just an open front. There's no zipper or buttons or anything. Very simple construction. This one also has great instructions on how to do the band on the front. The pockets are patch pockets on your side. You can kind of see right there. They are really neat, so you don't have to deal with inseam pockets. They're really fun to put on. I love this pattern. I made one for myself and one as a gift for my sister for Christmas a couple Christmases ago, and I absolutely adore it. She adores it. She loves this cardigan. This is a great one. Don't sleep on this pattern. It is a great pattern, so don't miss out on this one. The next pattern that I'm going to talk about is an all-time favorite. This is an indie pattern. This is the Sew House 7 toaster sweater. I talked a ton about the toaster sweater at the beginning of the year. It's one of my favorite patterns. It is so cozy, made up in some sweater knit. It is perfect for sweater weather. The toaster sweater comes in two versions. I have only made one version of the toaster sweater and it comes in two size ranges. So it has standard sizing of 0 to 20 and then it has curvy sizing of 16 to 34. So very size inclusive. This is a great pattern. Again, this pattern is super easy as well. You have no hemming to do on this pattern. You have a neck cuff, you have sleeve cuffs, you have a waistband. I love when patterns include those. It's so much fun to not have to do any hemming. So I love this pattern so very much. And I have made so many versions of this pattern. And let me tell you, I will be making more for this fall and winter. I did make an alteration to the toaster sweater. I've lengthened the front and the back. The version that I made is kind of a cropped. It's meant to be kind of a cropped sweater. And I don't care for a cropped length on myself. So I lengthened the front and back a little bit. But otherwise, I made no alterations and I love this pattern. Now I'm gonna sneak in here an honorable mention that is not a sweater, but I love this pattern for cozy weather. This is the Simplicity 9388 shacket. I have made 3 of these thus far and I have plans for more. I'm gonna make my husband another one. Maybe I'll make myself one. I love this shacket pattern. It comes in sizes extra small to extra large, but again, I feel like it is quite roomy. There is a lot of ease in it. I've made the largest size, I've made a medium and a large to give out to family members, and I love this pattern. The instructions are amazing for this shacket. Now there are a lot of pattern pieces to this pattern and there are a lot of steps in these instructions, but they are great instructions and they'll walk you through every step of the way. I highly recommend this simplicity pattern. Even a beginner could start out with this pattern. I was very new to sewing when I first tackled my very first version of this one, and while it's a little daunting that there are so many pattern pieces, it is such a great pattern that you will be amazed how quickly it goes together. It really is a great make. Now we've come to that one pattern that I want to give you a cautionary word on. Just keeping it real here on my channel, sharing my ups and my downs, and I had a lot of downs on this one. This is Simplicity 9385. I know this is a popular pattern. I know a lot of people have used it, have loved it, but I had so much trouble with View B there. I had such high hopes for this pattern and it just did not live up to my expectations, should I say. I made the size 24 2 times on 2 separate projects. I tried this pattern out and I had the same problems for each version. The shoulders are way too big. They kind of droop off your shoulder line. It's not a drop shoulder, or at least I don't think it's supposed to be, but even if you look at the line drawings, they're kind of drooping off of her shoulders, so maybe it's supposed to have a slight droop, but I don't like the look of that. I like to have my shoulders up here where I know they should be on my shoulder line. I also had a lot of issues with all of the bands, the sleeve band, the waistband, the neck band. All of those needed adjusted, and I just was not happy with how this one was turning out. Also, these line drawings messed me up, you guys. I felt a little deceived. This view B is a cropped sweater, not full length, and those sleeves are actually 3/4 length sleeve. I remember talking about this on my channel back when I was going through this saga, and a lot of people were like, yeah, we can tell that on the line drawings, but I'm sorry, I just could not tell that. So I thought those were going to be full-length sleeves. I thought that was going to be a full-length sweater, and it indeed was not. Cropped sweater, cropped sleeves, more like a 3/4 length sleeve. So just be aware, if you give this one a try, take your time and be forewarned that you might have to make a few adjustments. Okay, those are my suggestions from my experience of sewing for the cozy weather season. Like I said, let me know down below in the comment section what your favorite sweater patterns are. I would love to try more out. I love, love, love sewing for cozy weather. I hope this was interesting to you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.